YouTube, welcome back. Today we have a super satisfying haircut. We've got a nice crispy mid-high fade, not too high, not too low, just something that's going to contour my client's head properly while he grows it out. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I really appreciate it. We're on our way to 50K, but even more than that, the goal is beyond 100K subscribers, guys. So every one of you guys who subscribes, it helps so much. We're going to be starting off here, guys, with the Tomb 45 clipper set, and I like to go ahead and start off with the clipper closed when I'm going to be doing a fade that finishes skin tight. This is different than what a lot of YouTubers will say, how you have to start your guidelines with a trimmer, right? The same machine that you're going to be doing your sharp lineups with, that's what you want to set your guideline with. But in my opinion, I want to have a super soft, blurry fade. So it's never made sense to me to have a super sharp, precise line going all the way through the middle of that fade. So I need to have something that's going to be easier to fade out, something that can still give me precision and a skin tight finish, right? For reference of when the fade ends. So that's why I'm going to start with the clipper all the way closed, guys. I know it's going to be an adjustment if you've never tried it before, but if you find yourself struggling with efficiency and you find yourself really struggling to fade out that bottom line, this is an adjustment for you. The secondary guideline is with the half guard with the lever all the way closed. Now, this is also a little bit different than what most other YouTubers are going to tell you to do. Now, I like to set the primary guideline and the secondary guideline, and then we're going to fade down, right? So since I'm going to be fading down using plastic guards, this guideline being put in with a plastic guard itself is going to be much easier, right? And you'll see how this comes together towards the end as the tutorial progresses. But for this guideline, make sure that you don't compress it too much, unless if you're going for like a really tight cut that looks really bulky. But in my opinion, if it's up to the client, if the client leaves it up to me, I like to leave a nice spread when it goes from the bald to the half level. This is where, you know, this area here really makes a difference whether your cut's gonna look like a nice soft blurry fade or whether it starts to kind of look almost too bulky, almost like a bowl cut when they step 5 feet away from them. There's a lot of haircuts out there that look amazing when you're up close, like up close and personal, but far, different story. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to take the 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open. We're going to start like that. And this should be the tallest length of a guard that we're going to need in this type of haircut. Okay, so if I apply pressure at the bottom and I can float my way up off the head, you see my hand motion? You see how I'm not digging all the way up into the top of his head, but I am keeping a nice straight up and down line. That's my line of motion, is straight up and down. Okay. But notice how it doesn't really leave too crazy of a line all the way up at the top, something that's impossible to fade out. It actually complements his head shape really well. I like to start with 1.5 with the lever open because it leaves the hair dark enough that I can play with the gradients, right? I can debulk without giving him like a light patch in his head. And it creates the shape that I want in a super efficient way. Now, you also could, if you're not comfortable with this hand motion yet, the floating, you can do your 4 guard, your 3 guard, your 2 guard. You can go through all those motions, practicing this motion first. But I highly suggest that you at least work towards floating and freehanding with this 1.5 guard with the lever open. So we're going to continue to create this shape here with the 1.5. Take note of the hand motion. Take note of, you know, you don't always have to be moving quick just to be efficient, right? It's not about speed. It's about efficiency. Every stroke of the clipper counts. Let's watch this shape come together and I'll follow up with the next step. And if you're a long-time viewer or a first-time viewer, leave a comment down below right here at this point what you think my next step is going to be. Okay, it's time for the next step now. So if you commented the 1.5 guard close, then you were 100% right, guys, because now you can see we've already removed the bulk and we've created the shape, but you see how dark it left it? Now it's time to use that same exact guard, but with the lever closed this time, just a little bit lower than where we were before. Now the 1.5, when the lever is closed, that's when it's going to start to lighten up a little bit. It's going to start to kind of create that gradients, you know, where it's going to blend easier into the previous guideline that we put in. So I'll take this all the way around the head again. And you'll notice it's very similar motions to what I was doing before with the 1.5 guard all the way open. Remember how we were kind of like floating our way up? Well, I'm just working a little bit lower now that the guard is closed. And that'll lighten it up. Let's take this all the way around the head and watch this come together. Now, while this part of the blend comes together, if you guys enjoy my teaching style, but you want something more, I have a link in the description that is a Tito Cuts further education request form. So I don't have any program out yet or anything like that, but I'm interested to know what it is that you want. So if you take a moment and fill out that application down there, it's absolutely no cost. It's really just so I can gather information on what it is that you want from me. We can do something. I'll tell you more about that in a moment, because it's time for the next step, and that is using the half guard with the lever all the way open. So this is what we're looking at, guys. The half guard with the lever all the way open. Remember, we set the first guideline in with the same guard with the lever all the way closed. That means that if I go in with this open and slowly work my way down to close, it's going to fade perfectly into that secondary guideline that we have. You may notice I'm not using that one guard, right? The one guard is essentially unnecessary in this fading process. And the reason of that is because the 1.5 closed already covers the one open. The half guard all the way open that we're using now already covers the one closed. You can more than make up for that one guard with the lever halfway with your proper hand motions. And that's what I keep preaching to you guys. Hand motions. Have a very soft hand movement while you guys are cutting hair, because it's going to make life easier for you. If you're constantly pressing on the head and you don't have a nice soft flick of the wrist, a nice soft hand motion, it's really going to make it more difficult for you, and you're going to have to use every single guard in the book. Now you can see that little band of the blend right there. You can't see and you can't tell that we skipped the one guard. Like, you can't see where, oh, that little area there would have been better if he would have used the one. You can't really see that, it's the hand motions, guys. So let's let this thing wrap all the way around, and yeah, then it'll really, we just have one last guideline to set in, and you already know what we put that guideline in with. It's going to be so easy to fade out. This is such a stress-free system, and I really feel like it gave my career a new life. It's awesome what a stress-free work environment can do for you. So but yeah, like I was saying with that education form, man, fill it out, and you guys will get notifications when I drop something. I don't want to know what it is that you guys want, right? Because I'm talking about, you got ebooks out there, you've got academies, you've got in-person classes, you've got all sorts of stuff. You've got super expensive things, you've got really cheap, affordable things. So I don't know, let me know, just fill that out and we'll figure something out. So how cool is that, guys? Now leave a comment down below if this process so far has made you more comfortable with skipping guards. I'm really interested to know. The next step, like I said, y'all remember we started with the clipper all the way closed. So what better tool can we possibly use other than the clipper closed itself to fade that bottom guideline out? Now I'm going to suggest that you break through that guideline, right? So we can go ahead and just push the guideline up just a little bit with a softer touch, maybe using the corners just to break through that guideline. And now it's time to go higher in the fade. And this is where I used to mess up all the time. But I'll tell you, use the lever as your security guard, right? If you can push that if you can push that lever just one notch open now, that means you're going to cut one level longer, which gives you permission to cut one level higher. Now you push that guideline up again at that longer length, and you keep repeating this motion over and over and over again. Now you're on notch number 2, push it a little higher. Notch number 3, push it a little higher. You notice how the gradients in the hair is getting longer the higher that you get? And eventually when you get to the very, very top of that, not the very top, but once you start getting into that territory where you were working with the half guard closed, it's gonna blend perfectly seamlessly into that area, guys. Take care of the detailing that you need to, but I mean, honestly, the blend comes together so easily, it completely changed my whole career. And it may sound dramatic, like how can a haircutting system change your career? But the truth is that I used to have so much anxiety, guys. Like when I would take somebody in my chair, I used to like have beads of sweat running down my face every time I would cut somebody new who I didn't know. Because that constant fear of, oh, your hair type is different than the last guy's hair type. You have longer hair, that last guy had shorter hair. I don't know how to approach your haircut. And I would just be testing things on the fly. No wonder I couldn't build a clientele. My results were never consistent. So, you know, it's nice. It's really, really nice having a system you can refer to, that you can lock in on. Leave a comment down below if you can relate to what I'm talking about. Some of you may, some of you may not, but that's my experience so far. And that's what I want to teach you guys, man. I want y'all to progress faster than what I've been able to. And that's also why I coach the Six-Figure Barber Mentorship now. When I first became a student in that program, I didn't even think it was possible to make $65,000, $70,000. You know, I heard about all the other guys that were making six figures, 100, 120. I'm like, nah, I can't do that, but I'm good with 70, right? Get my health insurance, you know, get a little apartment, take care of my family. But as I continue to, you know, follow the program and follow people who have been there, who have actually, you know, made that kind of income with this career, and it became way possible. I more than doubled my goal, you know. So it's cool, man. Like when you have mentors, when you have people who you can relate to and you learn those things from them, I don't know, man, it saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of time. That's what I'm trying to do for you guys, man. I want y'all to progress in this haircutting process. And if you guys want help on the business side too, I host every other Wednesday call. The link's in the description down below. Definitely join, check us out, try us out for a month. But yeah, on that side, I can help you with the business side, get more people in the door. On YouTube, I mainly focus on how to cut hair, man. So leave a comment down below if that's something that would interest you guys as well. So what do you guys think about this fading process where I leave all that bulk at the very bottom of the hair? Some people think that it's sloppy technique. Some people think that it's unprofessional, it's dirty. Now, in my opinion, it helps me keep my eyes concentrated on that band of the blend. So that way, when this final step comes around where I take the Tomb 45 FX trimmer and now it's time to remove all that bulk at the very bottom, I can concentrate on one thing at a time. First, I concentrated on the blend. I wanted to make sure that came together seamlessly. I wanted to make sure the gradients was there. When it comes to balding out, in my opinion, there is no effort involved in that. Now my brain can relax a little bit. Now I can go ahead and remove all the excess hair with the trimmer to go ahead and get it skin tight, and now you have a complete fade. You see, so in my opinion, that's something that helped me. And again, that's just something that I would recommend to you guys if you're struggling already. Chances are, if you stuck around to this point of the YouTube video, that you're learning something from this. You can relate to it. Try it, guys. You know, if I can just concentrate on that one band of the blend, right? I don't know why, maybe it's like an ADHD brain thing or something like that, but like if I were to bald out first, I have to concentrate on too much of the head at one time. And then, you know, I start getting distracted and it just doesn't work right. This has helped me a lot. So leave a comment down below what your thoughts are on this and if my explanation of it makes sense. You see, we're doing the trimmer now. We're going to follow up with the shaver so that, you know, some people think that if you start the fading process with the clipper closed that you can't get a smooth bald finish. Like you have to use trimmers if you're going to have a bald finish. But no, like you can see here, I'm doing it with the trimmers now. And we're going to follow up with the shaver. Let me know. So we're looking good. That bulk is gone, but now we still have another level to take it down to, and that's skin tight using the double foil shaver. And I've got links for this down below in the description. You know, I'll see if I can compare the YouTube shopping to the Amazon link so that we all can get the best deal. Notice how I'm going down with the grain on a foil shaver. I'm taking that foil shaver and I'm grazing over the whole fade that we just did. Everything from the 1.5 to the half to no guard at all. If we graze downwards, I find that this is something further that you can take to kind of blend together these different lengths. Because sometimes it's a little tricky, right? Figuring out how the perfect blend can happen from clipper length to trimmer length to shaver length. And I find that going with the grain softens the whole thing up a little bit, and it makes it a lot easier to come in at the end and come up against the grain with that foil shaver, because it's already been trimmed down pretty tight. You can see how easily now I can go up against the grain. So if you've seen that before, or if you haven't, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about it. It helps me a whole lot, and that's what I want to pass over to you guys. Now guys, this is the finished product, man. I really appreciate you guys sticking through this tutorial. Please leave a comment down below and let me know, were you able to pick up on some techniques that you were not previously familiar with? And did you gain a better understanding of why I do things how I do? And also leave a comment down below. Let me know if this is something you think is gonna help you in your barbershop process and your efficiency, man. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you guys. And I teach all day, every day, how to cut hair more efficiently. But if you're in the market for more business coaching, you're in the barbershop, but you're having trouble taking your income to the next level, that's another thing that I can help you with, guys. I am a coach in the Six-Figure Barber Mentorship. I have the link in the description down below. So if you want to take the 245 Six-Figure Barber Mentorship course and have me personally coach you through it, this is definitely something I can do. Hit the link in the description below. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys there, man. Thank you so much for subscribing, watching. Share this with a friend that you think can benefit from this information.